Ever held on to something so embarrassing and tiny from childhood that it became part of your identity? What if it shaped you for nearly 3 decades without anyone else even remembering it happened? This is a story about memory, humiliation, and just how weirdly powerful a single insult can be. It starts in 3rd grade, at my elementary school in small-town USA, during what should have been a normal lunch. I pulled out a classic kid snack, a baggie of carrots with a mini cup of ranch. Suddenly, one classmate, let's call him Balthazar, pointed my way, turned to our table, and declared, "Hey everyone, look, Tim is a carrot boy." The whole table erupted in laughter. I was mortified and could feel my cheeks burning. I didn't really get what was so bad about eating carrots, but the laughter stuck. Even though no one ever brought up carrot boy again, those 2 words burrowed into some deep part of my brain. Through elementary, middle, and high school, carrots became a secret source of dread. I'd avoid them at lunch. Anytime I did eat carrots at home, at a restaurant, anywhere, that memory flashed back with neon-bright embarrassment, playing Balthazar's words and the echoing laughter in my head. Eventually, adult life took over, but the memory never left. Fast forward nearly 3 decades. I'm in my late 30s, living far from that hometown when news of an impromptu high school reunion circulates. Old classmates were gathering, Balthazar included. I hadn't seen many of them for years, but maybe this would be my grown-up closure. Except, when I walked in, nothing went as planned. In a moment of impulsive, deep-rooted revenge, I noticed a big tray of carrots on the buffet table. My heart pounded with anticipation and anxiety. So, like some cinematic antihero, I grabbed the entire tray, stomped over to Balthazar's table, and started eating them in front of everyone. "Guess I'm still a carrot boy, huh?" I said loud. Enough for the surrounding tables. Suddenly, the room was silent. I'd expected recognition, or maybe nervous laughter. Instead, everyone just stared blankly at me, like I'd lost my mind. As I chewed my carrots with increasing awkwardness, I realized nobody knew what I was talking about. Slowly, the humiliation dawned far deeper than 3rd grade. I tried jogging Balthazar's memory, but he looked apologetic and confused. "Sorry man," he said, desperate to help, but with no recollection at all. A hand landed on my arm. "Are you okay?" Someone whispered to me, as if I was having a complete meltdown. After a minute that felt like hours, I left the room and the event. I started getting texts. "Are you all right? Everything okay?" People wondered if I'd lost my job, my mind, or both. The next day, Facebook photos appeared. Someone tagged me up as Carrot Boy in the background of a reunion snapshot. Balthazar himself even jumped into the thread, gently asking to remove the tag. Looking back, I realized how absurd it all was. The single moment that shaped years of small anxieties meant nothing to anyone but me. Balthazar, not a lifelong bully, just a regular guy I'd built into a villain. My worst memory became my most embarrassing adulthood disaster. Not only had I clung to a silly nickname, but I'd also brought it back at exactly the wrong moment. If there's a lesson, maybe it's this: don't let old grudges and minor humiliations fester. Most people forget our most embarrassing moments way before we ever do. In the end, I became Carrot Boy not because Balthazar labeled me but because I couldn't let it go. Do you have a childhood moment that's clung to you for far too long, something everyone else forgot? Or have you ever embarrassed yourself trying to finally get closure? Share your stories and your best nicknames in the comments, and if you enjoy wild, relatable tales like this, be sure to subscribe, tap like, and share with anyone who needs a reminder. Some of the things that shape us are the silliest of all.